Success. It's something we all dream about, right? Whether it's crushing a career goal, building financial freedom, or pursuing your passions, the idea of making it sounds amazing. So, why is it that so many of us feel stuck, hesitant, or even afraid to take that next big step? Could it be that deep down, you're actually scared of success? Let me ask you this. Have you ever procrastinated on an incredible opportunity? Or maybe you've caught yourself downplaying your accomplishments, brushing them off as not that big of a deal. Do you ever feel anxious when you think about achieving your biggest goals? Like you're stepping into a space you're not quite ready for? What you're feeling might not be laziness or insecurity. It could be something deeper, something we rarely talk about, the fear of success. Yes, it's a real thing. And it's not just about self-doubt. It's about fearing what success might bring, more responsibility, potential judgment, or even the pressure to maintain your progress. And if you're not aware of it, this fear could be quietly holding you back from living the life you truly want. Today, we're diving deep into how to recognize the subtle signs of success fear, what causes it, and, most importantly, how to overcome it. Because the truth is, success isn't something to be afraid of. It's something to embrace. Let's get started. Let's talk about the subtle yet powerful ways success fear can manifest in our lives. One of the most common signs is self-sabotage. This could look like missing deadlines on important projects, avoiding big challenges that could propel your career forward, or even neglecting opportunities that land right in your lap. For example, imagine being offered a leadership role at work. It's everything you've worked for, but instead of embracing it, you delay your decision, convincing yourself you're not ready or capable enough. This hesitation, this self-sabotage, is your fear of success whispering, "Don't take the risk." Another telltale sign is feeling guilty about ambition or success. Society often tells us to stay humble, to not shine too brightly, and to avoid making others feel uncomfortable. This pressure can lead to downplaying your achievements or feeling unworthy of your accomplishments. Have you ever been hesitant to share good news, like getting a promotion, a raise, or even hitting a personal milestone, because you didn't want to come off as braggy? That guilt is a reflection of deeper fears, fear of being judged, or fear of outgrowing the people around you. Then there's imposter syndrome, a classic companion to success fear. Imposter syndrome makes you feel like a fraud, no matter how much evidence there is of your competence and hard work. You might think, "I don't deserve this," or "I just got lucky." Even when success is staring you in the face, you struggle to own it because deep down, you're afraid it will all crumble, leaving you exposed as inadequate. Overthinking is another big indicator. If you find yourself obsessing over every decision, constantly questioning whether you're making the right move, you might be stuck in analysis paralysis, a defense mechanism to avoid moving forward. Overthinking often leads you to stick to your comfort zone, where things feel safe and familiar. But growth and success require taking risks and stepping into uncharted territory. Let me share a scenario many of us can relate to. A few years ago, a friend of mine was offered a dream opportunity to lead a major project at work. It was the kind of promotion that could fast-track her career, but instead of jumping at the chance, she hesitated. Her mind flooded with thoughts like, "What if I mess it up? What if they realize I'm not as capable as they think?" She ended up turning it down, convincing herself she wasn't ready. But the truth is, she was ready. She just let her fear of success dictate her decision. The idea of stepping into a bigger role, being more visible, and taking on new responsibilities felt overwhelming, so she chose the safer path, even though it meant staying stagnant. These symptoms, self-sabotage, guilt, imposter syndrome, overthinking, and avoidance, are all ways our subconscious protects us from the discomfort of change. But here's the thing. Success is inherently uncomfortable. It requires growth, and growth is rarely easy. Recognizing these signs in yourself is the first step toward overcoming them. Because once you understand what's holding you back, you can start to push through those fears and step fully into the life you deserve. Understanding Why? We fear success requires us to dig deep into the root causes of this mindset. At its core, fear of success often stems from the uncertainty and vulnerability that come with stepping into the unknown. Success, by its very nature, brings change, new responsibilities, new expectations, and new challenges. For many, this change feels overwhelming. You might think, what if I can't handle the pressure? Or, what if I'm not cut out for this new version of myself? The truth is, success often forces us to leave behind the familiar, comfortable routines we've built. It pushes us into situations where we're no longer an expert, where we're required to learn, adapt, and grow. And let's face it, that can be scary. It's not just about achieving something, it's about becoming someone new. And that transformation can feel intimidating. Then, there's the fear of judgment. Success often puts us in the spotlight, making us more visible to others. Suddenly, your decisions, achievements, and even failures are subject to scrutiny. You might wonder, what will people think if I succeed? Will they assume I've changed? Will they criticize me? This fear is especially potent for those who value connection and harmony in their relationships. Success can sometimes create tension with friends, family, or peers who may feel jealous, threatened, or left behind. It's not uncommon to downplay your ambitions or achievements to avoid these uncomfortable dynamics. But here's the irony. Fearing judgment can prevent you from achieving the very things that could inspire and uplift others. Another common fear is the worry that success will isolate you or strain your relationships. You might think, will my success make me less relatable to the people I care about? What if I outgrow them, or they outgrow me? This fear is particularly strong if you come from a background where success isn't the norm, or where striving for more is seen as a betrayal of your roots. The thought of becoming different or too ambitious can create an inner conflict, making you hesitate to fully embrace your potential. Perhaps the most insidious fear of all is the fear of failure after success. This is the nagging thought that says, what if I can't maintain this? What if I succeed and then lose it all? For some, the idea of achieving success only to fall from grace feels worse than never achieving it at all. This fear can paralyze you, keeping you stuck in a cycle of playing small to avoid the perceived risk of a greater fall. It's a defense mechanism, protecting you from the vulnerability of striving for more. Psychological and societal pressures also play a significant role in shaping these fears. Growing up, many of us are taught to prioritize stability over ambition. Depending on your upbringing or culture, striving for success might be viewed as selfish or arrogant. Messages like, don't get too big for your boots, or stay in your lane, can plant seeds of doubt about whether you're even allowed to pursue greatness. Similarly, societal expectations often pressure us to conform, to stay within the bounds of what's acceptable or realistic. These narratives, whether from family, culture, or society at large, can make the idea of success feel like stepping out of line, making it easier to stay where you are than to risk rocking the boat. When you put all these fears together, fear of change, fear of judgment, fear of losing relationships, and fear of future failure, it's no wonder that success can feel like a double-edged sword. But here's the truth. These fears, while valid, are not insurmountable. They're a sign that you're on the brink of growth, of stepping into a new version of yourself. By understanding these root causes, you can begin to reframe your perspective, shifting from fear to possibility. Success doesn't have to isolate you, overwhelm you, or define you. It can be a journey of empowerment, one that you take at your own pace, on your own terms. The first step is recognizing these fears for what they are, a normal part of growth, and choosing to move forward anyway. When we begin to understand that these fears are deeply rooted in both our psychology and our environment, we can start to take the power back. Fear of change, for instance, is completely natural. Our brains are wired to seek safety and familiarity, which is why stepping into the unknown feels so daunting. But the reality is, growth only happens outside of your comfort zone. The fear of change isn't there to stop you. It's there to alert you that you're entering uncharted territory. Instead of seeing it as a warning to retreat, consider it a sign that you're on the right path. Embrace the discomfort as evidence that you're evolving. The fear of judgment, though valid, often says more about others than it does about you. People who criticize or question your success may be projecting their own insecurities or limitations. It's important to remember that your journey is yours alone, and it's okay to outgrow situations or relationships that no longer align with your values or goals. True friends and supporters will celebrate your wins, not resent them. And if you encounter judgment along the way, let it fuel your determination rather than dim your light. When it comes to the fear of losing relationships, it's essential to reframe the narrative. Success doesn't have to mean leaving others behind. It can mean inspiring them to dream bigger alongside you. Yes, some relationships may shift as you grow, but that's part of life. Growth doesn't mean abandoning your roots. It means building a stronger foundation. The key is to remain authentic, grounded, and open to fostering connections with those who align with your evolving self. The fear of failure after success is perhaps the most paralyzing because it preys on the pressure to maintain perfection. But here's a liberating truth. Success is not a straight line, nor is it permanent. It's a cycle of highs and lows, wins and losses. Instead of fearing the possibility of a fall, embrace the inevitability of learning curves. Failure isn't the opposite of success. It's a part of it. Every setback is an opportunity to grow stronger and wiser. The only true failure is giving up before you've even started. Finally, let's address the societal and cultural expectations that amplify these fears. It's not uncommon to feel like you're breaking unwritten rules when you strive for something bigger. Maybe you've been conditioned to prioritize stability, to avoid taking risks, or to believe that success is reserved for other people. These beliefs aren't truths. They're limitations that have been passed down. The good news is, you have the power to rewrite the narrative. Success doesn't make you selfish or arrogant. It makes you a trailblazer. By embracing your potential, you're not just opening doors for yourself. You're showing others what's possible, especially those who may look to you for inspiration. In the end, fear of success is rooted in a desire to protect ourselves from discomfort, from judgment, from uncertainty. But what if we shifted our perspective? What if instead of fearing success, we started to see it as an opportunity to grow, to inspire, and to live life fully? The key to overcoming these fears isn't to eliminate them. It's to move forward in spite of them. Because on the other side of fear lies freedom, fulfillment, and the version of yourself you've always dreamed of becoming. Now that we've identified the root causes of success fear, let's talk about how to overcome it. The first and most crucial step is self-awareness. You can't fix what you don't acknowledge. Take some time to reflect and ask yourself tough questions. What exactly am I afraid of? Is it the responsibility, the judgment, or the risk of failure? Write these fears down. Naming your fears takes away some of their power and allows you to approach them with clarity. When you bring these hidden fears to light, you create a space for growth. Instead of letting them silently control your decisions, you take the reins, acknowledging that they're a natural part of the process. Once you've recognized your fears, it's time to reframe your mindset. Many of us view success as a finish line, a place where we have to be perfect and have it all figured out. But this perspective can be paralyzing. Instead, think of success as a journey, not a destination. It's a process of learning, growing, and evolving. Every step, no matter how small, counts as progress. Even setbacks are part of the journey, teaching you resilience and adaptability. When you shift your mindset to embrace growth over perfection, the fear of success becomes less intimidating. You start to see it as a series of manageable steps rather than an overwhelming leap into the unknown. Another powerful strategy is to set realistic expectations for yourself. Success doesn't happen overnight, and it's okay to grow at your own pace. You don't have to conquer everything all at once. Focus on incremental progress. For example, if your fear of success is tied to taking on more responsibility, break it down. Instead of worrying about handling everything perfectly, start with one new responsibility and build from there. Celebrate small wins along the way. They're just as important as the big milestones. Remember, success isn't about doing everything perfectly. It's about showing up consistently and giving your best effort. Visualization is another tool that can help you overcome fear. Visualize your success. But don't stop at imagining the rewards. Picture the challenges you'll face and how you'll handle them. For example, if you're aiming for a promotion, visualize not just the title and recognition, but also the added workload or new skills you'll need to learn. Then imagine yourself confidently navigating those challenges. This approach makes success feel more tangible and prepares you mentally for the realities of growth. It shifts your mindset from, "What if I can't handle it?" to, "I can handle it, and here's how." But visualization alone isn't enough. You need to take action. Fear thrives in inaction, so the best way to combat it is to move forward, even if it's just one small step at a time. Think about the goal you've been avoiding. What's one thing you can do today to move closer to it? It doesn't have to be monumental. Send that email, sign up for the class, or research the first step. Taking action creates momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Each step you take chips away at your fear and proves to yourself that you're capable. As you move forward, adopt a motivating mantra or affirmation. To keep yourself grounded, something like, "I am capable of achieving great things, and I trust myself to handle the challenges ahead." Repeat this to yourself when fear creeps in. Affirmations help rewire your thought patterns, replacing self-doubt with self-belief. They serve as a reminder that you have the strength, resilience, and determination to navigate the path to success. Finally, be patient with yourself. Overcoming the fear of success is a journey in itself. There will be moments of doubt, but each step you take toward your goals is a victory. Remember, the fear of success doesn't define you. Your actions do. By practicing self-awareness, reframing your mindset, setting realistic expectations, visualizing your path, and taking deliberate action, you can break free from the constraints of fear and step fully into your potential. Because on the other side of fear is the life you've always envisioned, and you're more ready for it than you realize. As you continue on this journey, it's important to cultivate self-compassion. Overcoming the fear of success isn't about being fearless. It's about learning to move forward despite the fear. There will be days when doubt creeps back in, when you question whether you're truly capable, and when the challenges feel heavier than the rewards. And that's okay. Growth isn't linear, and neither is your journey toward embracing success. Be kind to yourself during the setbacks. Remind yourself that every step, no matter how small or imperfect, is a step forward. Progress, not perfection, is what truly matters. Another key part of overcoming the fear of success is surrounding yourself with a supportive environment. The people you spend time with can either fuel your fear or inspire your courage. Seek out relationships that encourage your growth, mentors, friends, or peers who uplift you and celebrate your wins. Share your goals and fears with them, and let their belief in you bolster your confidence. On the flip side, don't be afraid to set boundaries with those who may unintentionally or intentionally hold you back. This doesn't mean cutting people out of your life, but it does mean protecting your mental space from negativity and doubt. It's also valuable to reflect on past successes and challenges you've already overcome. Think back to moments when you felt uncertain but pushed through anyway. What did you learn? How did you grow? By revisiting these experiences, You remind yourself that you're more resilient than you give yourself credit for. Every success you've achieved, no matter how small, is proof that you're capable of tackling the next challenge. Build on that evidence to reinforce your belief in your ability to handle what lies ahead. Journaling can be a transformative tool in this process. Take a few minutes each day to write about your fears, your progress, and your wins. Documenting your journey not only helps you process your emotions, but also provides a tangible record of your growth. On days when fear feels overwhelming, you can look back at your entries and see just how far you've come. This simple practice can be a powerful reminder that you're stronger and more capable than your fear would have you believe. One final piece of advice: detach yourself from the idea of perfection in success. Too often, we set impossibly high standards for ourselves, believing that success means being flawless in every aspect of our lives. This mindset not only fuels fear, but also sets us up for disappointment. Instead, redefine what success means to you. Let it be about fulfillment, growth, and impact, rather than external validation or societal expectations. When you take ownership of your definition of success, you reclaim the narrative, making it a source of inspiration rather than anxiety. As you step into this new chapter, keep reminding yourself that success isn't something to fear, it's something to embrace, piece by piece, step by step. Each small victory, each challenge overcome, and each fear faced is proof that you're growing into the person you're meant to be. Success isn't a destination you reach once and for all. It's a journey you walk every day. And as you continue to take those steps, you'll realize that what once felt like fear has transformed into excitement, possibility, and purpose. You've got this. The life you've been dreaming of is waiting for you, and it's yours for the taking. Success is closer than you think, and the only thing standing in your way might just be you. But here's the good news. You have everything you need to overcome those fears and step into your greatness. Have you ever felt afraid of success? I'd love to hear your story. Drop it in the comments below, and let's start a conversation. And if this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you don't miss out on more content like this. Let's conquer these fears together, one step at a time. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time, keep striving, keep growing, and keep believing in yourself. You've got this.